Well, good morning and welcome to the Teacher Librarian Day 2021 New Directions. I'm Peggy O'Neill-Jones, Professor Emeritus of Journalism and Media Production and Executive Director of the Library of Congress Teaching with Primary Sources Western Region at Metropolitan State College of Denver. So there's a long intro. I'm delighted that you're joining us today. We have an amazing lineup that you're going to enjoy. We're excited to share resources, strategies, and ways of thinking that will lead us in new directions. So never in my wildest dreams did I think that a grant that came to Metro State in 2014 would still be going strong in 2021. We're here and we're stronger than ever. This is our 17th annual Teacher Librarian Day, or TLD as we call it. And just to get started, here's a walk down memory lane. When we began in 2004, way back then, we partnered with the Auraria Library with the idea that bringing teachers and librarians together for a day to collaborate could only be a big win for students. So here's a short look back at some of our former TLDs. And of course, Michelle Pearson and Laura Israelson, who will be presenters today. And we worked with History Colorado, and some of you may remember presentations inside their amazing exhibits. And no TLD is complete without a little primary source analysis. And we moved locations. Here we were in St. Cajetan's, and our sponsors, our tables, which this year will be virtual. And then of course, speakers and our great participants. And we had a few visitors, by the way. Nikola Tesla visited us. So I'm really proud that TPS has grown and gained a reputation for being a resource for not only for Colorado teachers, but now for 16 Western states. So the gray area, that's us. We serve teachers in 16 Western states with teaching with primary sources. And so this year we have a world that's a bit upside down. This year things changed, and the 2020 pandemic turned the world in different directions, including the world of education. When this pandemic started, I was in Israel when it shocked the world. And I wrote a story and I photographed incredible scenes as I watched this country, Israel, shut down. I wasn't sure that I was going to get home because flights were being canceled right and left, but I made it. So here's an idea. This is the Jerusalem market. And anyone who's been to Israel knows that this is packed shoulder to shoulder. And the market was just empty and people in shock. The Temple Mount, which is normally filled with people, just deserted. So I wrote a story about the beginning of the pandemic in Israel, which I posted in the TPS Teachers Network. So if you're interested, please take a read. So I made it home, only to find out that the TPS staff was already thinking about ways to help teachers with our jolting new reality. One of the first things that we did was create a group within the TPS Teachers Network that started an online teaching group. We also hosted a number of webinars about teaching online, such as teaching elementary online with primary sources, pairing literacy with primary sources for remote learning, listening skills for content access in remote settings, and so many more. There's an album in the TPS Teachers Network. So if you're interested in any of these webinars, they were recorded and they are available for you to take a listen. Mary Johnson, who I'm sure many of you know, but she's our amazing TPS Teachers Network coordinator. She wrote an article about teaching, primary source teaching in a pandemic. And then in collaboration with a number of our TPS partners around the country, we put together a no, low, high access to technology. So this is for students with no lesson adaptations for students with no technology access, some technology access, and then students that have a full menu of technology options. So you can look at this also in the TPS Teachers Network, and you can find all 6 of the lesson adaptations. So they're there. There are lessons that have been adapted for no, low, and high access to technology within the network. So the Library of Congress was also supporting teachers in remote settings. A few things that they did right off the bat, started offering online office hours. They updated the teachers page. They added tons of new resources for remote and in-person teaching, as well as adding several new collections that went online. Plus, there's ideas for teaching math and music and everything in between. So please check out these resources. They're available and they're wonderful. So this year, TLD is different, but the primary sources, they're always at our core. So this is a view from the app, the Whova app. So we changed and adapted to our new technology reality. So rather than having TLD on one day, it's now over 5 days with a combination of asynchronous presentations during the day and live presentations in the evening. So take a look at the agenda. We really have a treat for you, and it's all day long it's over 5 days and at your convenience. So in the past, TLD, we sat next to each other, we ate lunch. Well, this year we'll virtually sit next to each other. We'll gather and we'll gather great teaching ideas, and we'll enjoy each other's conversations in a different way. So TLD, New Directions, the format is different, but we always remain grateful to the Library of Congress as they continue to support amazing and dedicated teachers. So here's the thank yous. Of course, at the library, Leanne Potter, Vivian Owume, Dana Bell, Cheryl Letterly, Kathy McGuigan, Stacy Motes, and all the other people at the library that are just solid behind us and help to make this program more successful. I also have to thank the people that make all of this happen. The incredible TPS team, Keith Patterson, Crystal Payne, and Kyle Claybaugh, and the dedicated team of teachers that work with us to make TLD better and better every year. Michelle Pearson, Cindy Stout, Laura Israelson, Sherry Galway, Kelly Jones-Weggy, Raleigh Schindel, Chris Jennings, and Mary Johnson. And this year, some of you may remember Chaz. She's been a regular at TLD over the years. Well, Chaz is going to retire. Her evaluation work has been invaluable in helping us make the program better and better every year. So good luck, Chaz, in your retirement, and we will miss you. Also, all of this happens because we continue to get amazing, incredible speakers that spark new ideas and passionate teachers who share their knowledge. So this year, these presenters will be in the evening. They'll be live. And please, that's 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So please join, they're terrific. And as always, we honor and appreciate all the teachers who come back to TLD year after year. Welcome back. And if you're new, you're in excellent company. So now I'm going to turn this over to Keith Patterson and Kyle Claybaugh, who will provide an overview of how TLD will work this year. So Keith and Kyle, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's been a different year, and as been on the team of being someone who's put this together for I don't even know how many years, but almost all of them. It's really exciting that we're still able to do this and really honor the event and honor the teachers. We always do this event every year, really as a thank you to the teachers we work with. It's just great to have you here. And so I just want to say a personal thank you. My name is Keith Patterson. I'm the Associate Director of the TPS Western Region, and I work with Peggy. And I'll let Kyle introduce himself. He's right now, pulling the puppet strings of the presentation, but I'll let him say hi.
Hey, my name is Kyle Claybaugh. I'm Project Coordinator. Happy to be here.
And there's others with us, and they'll probably pipe up as we go on. So we're calling this morning show our Morning Mojo, which the intent, it's a little different this morning because we had to get Peggy to give that wonderful welcome to us. But as we move forward through the week, we're going to have some of our teachers, especially Sherry Galloway and Cindy Stout are going to kind of be our teacher voices. But really the intent of this Morning Mojo is to give you a rundown of the day, and then also do some reflecting on what the learning that's happening and share some resources that maybe you didn't catch and maybe get some teaching ideas. So that's the Morning Mojo program. But this morning, our big focus is really going to be talking about TLD and get kind of doing an orientation of the TLD event and then the online tools we're using and how to kind of get around a little bit. And I'll let Kyle talk to us a little bit about what we have going on today.
Sure. For whatever reason, this slide's not loading, but you saw from Peggy's amazing welcome presentation our presenters for this year. And these will all be at 5 o'clock to 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. So be sure to check those out. Those will be the main line of events. And then the other live events will be the this morning session from 7:30 to 8. So today we've got Ebony Flowers, who's just an amazing cartoonist. She just won the Eisner Award for Best Short Story for her book, or for her short story Hot Comb. Really excited to have her today at 5. You'll also notice that there's a brown bag session. So these are really just some quick recorded videos about some awesome educational resources. And then be sure to explore the on-demand content. This is available to you at any time, so you can view it anytime you want. And the exhibitors area too. And should we just show what this looks like real quick?
I think since we have the power of being online, I think maybe we take advantage of it. We'll just walk them through real quick to show where all these things can be found. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, so this is the main page, and always check out that FAQ or the one pager that we sent earlier, because it'll have this link for it. But this is the main TLD Whova platform that we'll be using. So on the main page, you'll see some just prevalent information. And this left navigation, the main navigation, is going to be where you're going to go most. So the agenda is where you'll see all the different sessions for the days. And here you can scroll through each of the days. Attendees, you can reach out, check out attendees, reach out to your friends and communicate if you'd like. The community section is a cool place. It's got just article sharing, some announcements we'll put in there. Any questions you have, feel free to ask them in this or email us. But also feel free to add a virtual meetup or a meetup at any time if you want. The nice thing about Whova is it allows you to do a virtual meetup, so you can. It's got all the video tools you need to do that if you want. And then the exhibitor section, again, check those out. These are all our amazing educational partner organizations that have decided to join us as well. And there's some really great giveaways that some of them are giving away too. So be sure to check those out. And Keith, did you want to, let's see, talk about GooseChase a little bit?
Well, I think actually I would love to, but I think we have Michelle and Laura here who are the two geeky teachers who put it together. So maybe they want to just talk a little bit about it, since we have the luxury of having the people who actually put it together.
Laura, do you want to take the lead? Go for it.
We're really excited about GooseChase. We put the link in the chat. You also have the email. So you join, you can choose your favorite primary source, and that will give you the code to get into your game. We already have some people who are in there, and you get to fulfill some missions. We have people who have turned in Bernie with their primary source. There's some great tips about how to use primary sources. We're really excited about some of the things that we're seeing. There's some trivia, just a lot of fun inside of GooseChase. It'll help to drive our work all week and have fun. And you get to earn prizes. There are printers, Chromebooks, $100 Amazon cards, all kinds of great prizes. So make sure you get in there. And also, Michelle, do you want to talk about ways to earn bonus points?
Have fun, learn, dig in, and reflect, and think about what you're doing in your classroom and how the things that we're talking about this week, both with our speakers and our brown bags and our morning mojo, can make your learning for your students and you more engaging, and how to bring us all together in this virtual community. Be creative, because there's a group of the Jedi Council on the backside of GooseChase that'll be looking for that creativity, that'll be throwing out some bonus points. Be careful, follow your instructions. They can also take away points. throughout the year or throughout the week. We always laugh with our students throughout the year and talk about that and say, be careful, watch what you're doing. That's the same thing here in GooseChase, but mostly it's here for us to collaborate, share, and really enjoy the tools and the primary sources and the things that are being expressed, shared, and reflected upon this week. And so we encourage you to get in, not only on your Whova platform, but also GooseChase. It's there, it's living, it's every day. Join in.
Yeah, thanks, Laura Michelle. I just want to really say thank you for putting it together. There's a lot of work on that back end, and they did most of it, but we really took a lot of time to really share some great resources that are available from not just our office in the Western region, but from across the consortium. There's a bunch of great partners who work with the TPS program across the country, and so a lot of that's highlighted. So you're going to learn some really interesting and some cool projects. There's some really amazing stuff in there. It's almost a whole workshop in itself, but it's really fun because you get to put a little competition to it and show your creativity. So I really do appreciate Michelle and Laura putting that together for us. We did a little bit of it last year, so you may have played, but we've really taken it to the next level to kind of add another level of exciting engagement for this conference. Since we can't be in person, we're going to try to do some interesting and different things to make it fun, interesting, and engaging for all of you who are attending.
Just a quick note on the prizes. I just want to give a good shout out to National History Day in Colorado, Celeste and Archer and Kayla Gabehart, who gave us who donated the Chromebooks and printers, and Lessons on Local Government. Kent Willman donated the $100 gift card as well. So just thank you so much to our sponsors as well.
Yeah, big thank you for them. Just also a couple of other quick things just to mention. If you're on social media, that the hashtag is there, TLD 2021, fairly obvious, but that's another fun way to put things up. We'll probably put some special messages up there throughout the week and share information there. And also, yeah, I think Kyle just switched over. So I think, yeah, Kyle, you want to talk about the contact hours and how we're doing that this year. So it's slightly different than we've done in the past. So we're worth paying attention a little bit.
Yeah, and apologize to everyone that there's two platforms. Just a reminder that Whova is where you'll view all the live sessions and the content, and then GooseChase is the interactive part of it. So that's the where the prizes and the primary source activities and the educational resources will happen. So contact hour certificates will be sent out after the conference, and the way we're going to do it this year is there's a link at the end of your final survey that we'll send out on Friday that you'll be able to request a certificate. We can track all of your contact hours within Whova, so don't worry about that. Just remember the sessions that you went to, write some reflections or something for it. And then you can request your certificate at the end. We're going to allow up to 8 hours contact hour certificate, so no more than that. But always also please click that rate this session button for each of the sessions so that we can have some feedback and revise for the next time. And again, don't forget to sign up for GooseChase. It's an amazing interactive kind of thing, and it'll be done all week, so you can really do it anytime. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, as a reminder, all that sign information is should have been emailed a one-pager that has a sign up for that information for both Whova and GooseChase, or it's also in the Whova site on the main page. There's a link to it. So if you happen to miss that, or there's a contact form for us. It's you can just email us directly if you have any questions, or post a message in the community on Whova. We're watching all of that stuff really closely, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can for any of that stuff. And that's pretty much our first morning Mojo. I didn't see any questions to come up. I did see somebody was noticing that the presentation was hard to see. And yeah, inside the Whova app, it's a little tight, and we don't have a whole lot of control over that, especially if you're working off a small laptop or something. You do have the option in the Whova app to go up to the upper right corner in the view thing, and you can take it full screen, which will help a little bit with that. And if you're having other issues like that, contact us and we'll see if we can't troubleshoot some of those things. Obviously, this is the first time we've had to do a live conference, a TLD in an online format. And so we're learning too. So if you have any questions or issues, would really like just to hear from you so we can get feedback and try to solve any problems you might be having.
Yeah, and all these morning Mojos will be recorded. So we'll post them to the Whova platform afterwards. And then the only thing other than that is the keynotes will not be recorded. So make sure you check out those live. Sadly, we just won't be recording them this year.
We just can't do it. Yeah, so if you have any questions, contact us. And like I said, this particular presentation will be posted probably later this morning. And other than that, yeah, join us for the brown bag, which will be posted probably around 11 o'clock this morning, probably a little before then, which we'll be talking about new things at the Library of Congress. Kyle and I went through and are showing off some of the latest and greatest things that the Library of Congress has to offer, which has always been a popular feature of TLD. We always like to cover some of the new and amazing things the Library of Congress is doing. And then again, this evening, Ebony Flowers is speaking from 5 to 6:30-ish, depending on how many questions we have, Mountain Standard Time. So starting at 5. And so, like I said, that's not going to be recorded. So if you want to see her, hop in. If there's any resources, we'll be sure to post those in Whova. So you like links and anything else that she happens to be sharing, we'll make sure we'll take notes and do that. Other than that, is there anything else from our team that wants to pipe in or has something to add that before we sign off this morning?
I would say that it's just great that all of these pieces are interactive throughout the week. So you can enjoy it outside of your teaching time when you have a break. Join us while you're munching your lunch throughout the week with the recordings that we have, and know that we're here for you guys with questions on Whova and on GooseChase as you need. And we welcome you guys. Thanks for being with us.
And Keith, I think for anyone joining late, I just want to do one more welcome to TLD 21, and we're glad to have you here.
Thanks, Peggy. I think that is everything. So we'll go ahead and sign off for today, and we will be back again this evening live with our keynote presentation. And then, yeah, again, tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Time, we'll do another one of these, so reflecting on the keynote tonight, and then talking about what's happening tomorrow and kind of gathering and sharing teaching ideas and other things. So yeah, we'll hopefully we'll catch you as often as you're available. I know that it's a kind of a busy time and hard to shoe all this in, but that's why we're trying to spread it out a little bit to give you many opportunities to interact with us. So that's it for me. And Kyle, unless you had anything else?
Nope. For those of you joining us late, if you want to catch this again, we'll post it. So happy to engage all week. I'm excited. Look at all these names. This is great. Good to see everybody.
All right. Have a good morning, and we will catch you later today or later in the week.